New details tonight on a home explosion in Arlington from months ago. Investigators now say the blast was intentional.
Yeah, so we have dramatic dash camera video that shows the deadly explosion. Only the person involved in that standoff died. Fox 5's Tisha Lewis breaking down the new details from Arlington.
Well, if you didn't know, you wouldn't know that this lot behind me is now a grassy lot. A home once sat here. Now there are cones and also signs that say do not trespass. Again, the home completely destroyed in this December explosion. And now Arlington County Police saying that this was all intentional. We spoke with residents in this neighborhood. It's a cul-de-sac neighborhood. We spoke with them. Many of them saw this explosion unfold on their surveillance cameras. Many of them attended today's news conference.
We found his LinkedIn profile before they shut it down. So we found all of the manifestos that he had posted and all the things. So I was like,
it was clear that he had mental issues. I mean, that's I'm not a mental health professional, but it was clear there was like paranoia and almost schizophrenia sort of projections in his LinkedIn post.
Arlington County Police say 56-year-old James Yu intentionally set off an explosion inside his home, destroying the property. Police say Yu died in the blast. The new details coming out today after a months-long investigation. The deadly explosion happened back in December. Since then, several agencies have been investigating the explosion and response, including the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, and the Federal Bureau of Investigation. By several accounts from area residents, Yu's behavior stood out as frightening leading up to the explosion. Area law enforcement agencies echoed that same sentiment at a news conference today.
Mr. Yu fired multiple shots inside the home. This marked a significant escalation by the suspect. Following Mr. Yu's actions, officers began deploying non-flammable, less lethal chemical munitions into the house in hopes of compelling him to surrender.
Well, at a news conference today, law enforcement, along with some residents, also sharing with us that apparently there were bleach bottles that were being discarded. Also, area residents say that they saw bleach being delivered, charcoal being delivered, and also lighter fluid being delivered the same day as the explosion. Right now, there is a police cruiser on scene at the cul-de-sac and also at the top of the street.
All right. Shalom, beloved brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike. Welcome. Thank you for being here. It is good to be here. Give me a 1 if you can hear me and see me well. Good glory to the mighty one. Welcome once again. Today is day 26 of our fast, and there is a lot of fear in the midst of 83, a lot of paranoia in the midst. So you are seeing this. So they had to come and get the story straight. This thing happened in December. Many of you remember it. So 6-7 months from now, is that what that is? 6 months. And those people are coming down and say, oh, well, you know, he was intentional, and gasoline, he was paranoid and stuff. You know, this guy was heavily into conspiracy theories. Yeah, thank you, Sister Carla. Yeah, I just going down and stuff. Some days are better than others. My body is rejecting a lot of stuff, things like that. So. Oh, okay. Thank you, Sister. Sister Zita. Milton Irvin Markowitz died at 81. Reverend Isaacs Mikens died at 81. Death. Okay, they all date 9. Randolph Cow is still alive, running his real estate company. So yeah. Most of those dudes, they are dead. Those are, for the people that don't know, those are the slumlords, the guys, the people that did this to us. Some of them look like us, but they are not our people. Those are your reverend, your pastors. Those are the people that come in the midst and say, hey, worship Jesus. They were never our people. Like, you think T.D. Jakes is one of us? It looked like us. It looked like us. You know, but most of those guys, they die. They died. Their children are just that guy Kaut. I don't think he's running the company. They use his name to run the company, but he probably in his 90s or 80s now. Um, because when the video aired, he was like in his 40s, so that was like 38 years ago. 40 something years ago, probably like in his stuff. Most of those dudes, they die horrible death. They die horrible death, but they enjoy the blessing though. They did enjoy the blessing. Okay, thank you, Sister Zida, for the little research. Sometimes it is good to go in the past and pull those things out and show you how those people were treating our people, because a lot of the so-called folks that were black people, they think they still see the world through the eyes of the oppressor. That's why a lot of them like keep screaming, "Oh, we are in trouble now. We are in trouble for this. We are in trouble for that. This thing is gonna happen and that thing gonna happen." But that's not what that is, man. There's trouble. Make no mistake, but we are not in it. We've been in our trouble. We out of it. Somebody, Yeah, TD Jake said he is from the Igbo tribe. He had a whole video where he was saying that he from there. Anybody can claim they came from anywhere. The Igbo, they are all people. That's a fact. But the reason why TD Jake said this, because he want to get away with things and try to connect us, with stuff. But anybody can claim anything. I can claim I'm from any of the tribe, and nobody can tell me nothing because I said it. But is it true? Is it true? A lot of those guys, they sold us out. And of course, I won't be surprised if he was truly one of us. But remember, those guys, they sold us out, And again, me personally, I don't blame any of those guys that sold out for their own personal good, because I was put through the same thing that they went, and I passed the test and they failed. So I do understand why those dudes do these things, because the temptation, the power is overwhelming. Is overwhelming, Special child, I meditated with it yesterday. Multiple intelligences came to greet me. Some were a very beautiful red color. One looks like one one big Levi show, and one. Okay, sister, I believe special child. We have a sister that has the same. She has the same. She has the same experience. She was meditated in a bunch of color came to her, and we have a brother yesterday that had the same thing. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw multiple colors, patterns that align in line like a magic square, and the colors look like eyes. They were all different colors, and the brother shared this with us. I think the sister sent me a message. I think I can play it for the. Oh, there's a storm. I don't think if you can hear it, but there's a storm. It's really bad out there. It's very, very bad. I don't think she did share it with me a few days ago. Um, I believe this is the one. Oh boy, it's raining. It's raining. So yeah, there are so many breakthroughs. At the end of the prayer, we will play what the sister had and what the brother said. there's a lot of breakthrough with this fast. Beloved, I ask you to join unto me with this prayer and Holy Communion with the greater power. Great glory, great praise. The Most High God Almighty, the God that created the heaven, the earth, and everything in them. Thank you for the Holy Spirit, as she is a great mother and being in the midst of us. We thank everyone that had participated and still going on with us. We are seeing great progress, great results. We are discovering more things. We are getting much more comprehension, wisdom, and knowledge, and certain things we didn't have, and certain things we didn't see coming. As we are moving forward towards the summer solstice, when the portal is going to open, when the sun is going to reach its zenith, we pray that the nation will also follow the similar path, so we may shine ever brighter, so we may receive the glory of the kingdom. Although at this point right now, when we see the situation of this world, especially 83, it's not something pleasant. We thank the Holy One for having mercy upon us, not totally destroy us. Thank you for giving our enemies into great shame and great reproach. Thank you for providing for us. Thank you for leaving the Holy Spirit in the midst of us as the divine providence and provide shelters, food, protection, and love unto the family. Thank you for removing the fear of Jacob's trouble in the midst of us. Thank you for bringing the trouble unto the people that trouble us. Thank you for reactivating our power in the weather, the animals, the minerals, the entire earth, the celestial, the heavens, the cosmics, the CMEs, the solar flares, all of them. Thank you for all of that, because they all are working. Heavenly Father, we give you great praise, great glory, and we are greatly, patiently awaiting the good and the great days of deliverance for our nation. May your will be done in this earth as it is in heaven. Selah. So be it. Give the mighty one good praise, good glory, beloved. Boy, it's raining really bad. Let me see if I can play what the sister had sent unto us via WhatsApp, I guess. Oh, is it this one?
Hey, beautifully admired. My name is Tiffany from Modesto, California. On Wednesday, about between 3 to 5 o'clock in the morning, I had seen like little dots, and they were, I think, a total of 6 of them, and they were different colors. One was black, red, and yellow, and it was a triangle, and it was floating. And it touched my hand. Then there was another one that was blue, red, black, and gold. Also touched my hand. There was another one that was just black, blue, and red. And I was telling it to come here, but it was like, no. It just looked at me like, no, I'm not coming here. I snapped my fingers and it got mad at me. And it just stayed there like, no, you don't snap your fingers at me. So I was like, okay, I'm sorry. Please come here. And then it came to me and touched my hand. What does that mean?
But so yeah, that's what happened to the sisters. Some of the people, some of our brothers and sisters are having great breakthrough And this is exactly why we had this fast, so we can break through. And again, once you break through, there is no going back. You're gonna keep seeing those things even more. Things gonna become more clearly. Some of our beloved having clear audience. They can hear things from miles away. They can actually hear people, which is a form of telepathy. So a lot of the people that are practicing or starting, especially if you're into initiation and into Hermetic, there is one of the major universal law. Of course, it's in the book of Matthew. And if you ask, you shall receive. If you knock, it shall be open unto you. If you seek, you shall find. That's the greater law. This law cannot be broken. If you are a brother or sister, whoever that you are walking into something and you being very persistent and your tenacity is unmatched, you will break through. It won't take long. Some people break through after 3 days. I just had a conversation with a brother today, had a great breakthrough. He felt like he was in a journey. The brother explained, of course he didn't know it. He felt like he was he took the Holy Sacrament. But the brother said, this thing opened to his eyes and he see these beautiful patterns of eyes that align, and each of the eyes were different colors. And they were playing like, they were flickering and pulsing and doing like some kind of sending stuff. So I told him this is some form of Morse code, but with light. It's a message that we don't know what it is yet. Maybe you don't know what it is yet, but you receive it. At one point, it will be decoded in you because your DNA is a master code breaker. Your DNA can break any code, any secret. If you pass it through your DNA the proper way, of course, it will decode it. If you are, especially if you have your KC, you can decode, unlock anything, whether it's cell phones or computers, unknown language. No matter what code it is, you can unlock it because your DNA match the greater one, is the greater one. So therefore, your DNA or your bloodline is the only thing that cannot be broken or cannot be unlocked, but can break and unlock everything and anything. So that's the type of thing that the brother was experiencing. And a lot of our people, of course, we do see stuff, we do experience. And thank you for all of you that report this unto us. Then again, we have certain of our brethren that seen greater stuff that we are not allowed to share here publicly, if you catch our drift. Because it was part of the covenant that we made. Certain things cannot be shared in the midst of the profane because, of course, they are not here to seek understanding. They are here to seek chaos and seek to prove you are wrong. So, therefore, we may not going to share it with the profane, but the intra-templum, we have certain things scheduled for you after the fast, and it's gonna be heavy, but it is what it is. So now, when we're talking about the fear that is in the midst of 83, you can see the paranoia. You can see they are not sleeping too well at night. Okay, this fellow, he had barricaded himself. If anybody can tell us a little bit more about what he was afraid of, what was his theory, what was his conspiracy theory? Because a lot of the people are into this, and I told my people, don't get involved with their garbage. Conspiracy theories is confusion, and it's part of the curse. Let them go out there and speculate what the elite will do, how they're gonna take over the world. You already know that this is a lie. Let those people spread this thing and destroy each other and rid out the weak in the midst of us. But I am not quite sure what he was afraid of. What was his conspiracy? But of course, I believe it should be, it might be something related to the elite coming and then take everyone, put them in smart city, and then all eight of those guys, like like the Jeff Bezos, Mike Zucker, Cowboy, and Elon Musk, and then Warren Buffett, and all of the four. They're just coming together and say, "Hey, we are 8 and we're taking 7 billions of you hostage because we're so powerful." Ain't that right, Bill Gates? Yeah. All right. Now, all of you get into this freaking city before we just kill all of you, and you we're going to do what we said. We control the country now. Okay, well, we've been in control. Well, I don't know, for the past 100 years. I don't know. Where'd you guys go to get all this money? Look, like I told our people, you don't become a billionaire by not abusing our people. You don't become a billionaire not by just playing by the rule. It doesn't work like that. You don't become a billionaire by not doing stuff to the Israelites. You had to do not some. You have to do everything to us, your ancestors. And don't listen to those people that, well, they were hard workers, man. And this guy, he started Microsoft in his father's garage in France. Oh, hell no. Those people have their wealth passed on to them, just like you see all those actors. Well, I ain't gonna leave nothing for my children. They're gonna have to work for their money. Yeah, that's a bunch of lies, a way to avoid tax. Their kids already have these trust funds or whatever and things like that. So that's what they do. Man, it's raining really bad out there. It's very bad. Well, then I'm expecting another flooding. But nonetheless, beloved, so this is the type of things that are going on in the midst of 83 because of the fear. And you have this gentleman, he was so afraid of things, and then he took his own life. He just blew up the whole thing. Of course, some of you witness, for the past couple of years there have been a lot of house explosion. Of course, they told us this dude blew up the whole thing with gasoline. Of course, that's what you guys said. Well, hey, that's what happened. That's on you. But all we know, you people are not at peace. All we know, you guys, this bravado we used to see in the midst of you is gone. The great confidence, when you guys sit there, you created a problem. Okay, you created this calamity, and then you come, you sit there, and then you just somewhat appear to going to resolve it, but which is not. You created the drug problem, you created Jim Crow and all those things, and then you sit there and then you just puff off your chest. So, well, if we do this is going to happen and stuff and things like that. Your TV shows with your little detective always come over there and quickly and easily figured out who did this crime, because you set up the crime, because your detective was the one who made the crime, and then they made their plan backward, and that's what you guys did. So now there's something that you're not making. This is new to you. You don't know exactly what's going on here because you didn't set it up. You did set up things, and they are not in motion. You don't know what's going on, why those people are still alive. Why didn't this stuff work when I injected people with it? Remember when this thing, for those of you who remember the ESOS trouble, the very first ESOS trouble we were doing, when they were start the distribution, who wants to party with Jabba Jah and then chill with Jabba the Hutt. There were a lot of rich people. You got Overtown, okay? Remember the stuff we did yesterday concerning Overtown, the slum? They were giving this stuff on Overtown, and our people weren't taking it. It was rich people that came from other states that traveled to Overtown, line up, getting beat by the snake. They were the one that go over there and then get lined up and be in the midst of that and taking this thing. And a lot of them are no more. A lot of people are like, well, Big Levi, you have to understand the world, the population and stuff. No, those people really thought this thing was going to work for them. But the Holy One flipped a switch and then he went 180 on them, and that's it. And of course, beloved, the sun is doing a magnificent job. The weather is doing a magnificent job. And the paranoia, a lot of men, you were with me for this year. Now that I don't make that much, well, I don't make anything at all, and you ain't gonna leave me because I made you. I own you, and I'm leaving. You're not leaving me. I'm leaving. I'm taking you. I'm taking the kids. I'm taking the freaking dog. I'm taking everything. And that's what those do. They can't. Those guys, they love to sit there with their blessing and talk down to you as if you were stupid or you had the same. Oh, hang on, give me a second here. Oh. Okay, well, there's a private chat, but I don't see anything in it. But anyway, these dudes, they will do things and sit there as if you had the same opportunity that they had. You had the same, you make the same money, you had the same blessing, and then talk down like as if they are these dudes and come out like, oh, they are high value men because they work so hard. Like I told people, any men that go out there and flaunt their wealth or flaunt their paycheck in front of you is a terrible man. And I can believe how people are adapting this backwarded mindset, going out there talking about how much money you make. I got more money. The nigga like more money and stuff. And then when the money gone, yo, I'm taking people out with me, man, because that's all I had. This is money. So as you can see, 83, especially the men, they don't have this energy anymore. They are like, hey, I'm good now. I don't want to work. I don't want to have, well, I never had sex anyway. So I don't want to do anything with women. Just give me with my little video game. I'm cool inside and I'm chill watching my Netflix, attacking people online and stuff. And then when the time for me to check out, I check out. And those guys, again, they are not your typical 50, 40, 70s. Those are young men, 16, 17, 18, 19, 35, young men. And they are not interested in anything. A lot of them, they fear so much stuff outside. There's so much. They hide behind the facade of anxiety. They hide behind the greater facade of introvert. Oh, I'm an introvert. Well, what is that? Well, I stay inside. I don't like to go outside. That's not what an introvert is. An introvert is someone that don't like to be around scumbags. That's what that is. Introvert love people, man. They love being around people like-minded. By nature, everyone that are here in the chat, whether you're watching, we're all introvert. We like being here in the midst. We're discussing something we have an interest on, something we agree upon, something we love. And this subject can go for hours. We won't be bored. We love being around each other. But take any one of you here and then put it in the midst of the so-called church-going TD Jakes or Christian Constantine. You won't be able to stay in the midst of those people. And you'll do anything to get the hell away from them. You're sitting there in the midst of this dude. They want to talk about this sport, barbecue, this girl that they slept with back in 1982. You're going to sit there like, I don't want to be here, man. I'm not interested in this type of nonsense and garbage. So you get away from those people. That doesn't mean you are like this stuff. You simply, hey, yo, I don't want to be around you people, man. That doesn't mean I hated people. I stay inside. I don't want to go outside. No, we just like being like-minded. Above all, we are information sharer. We sit there, we discuss. You give me a little information, I give you a little. We share an argument. And then we good. We move forward. But we ain't gonna stay inside because we are afraid of what's going outside, or we don't like being around people because we are afraid something gonna happen. It's gonna be an MS. Somebody gonna throw a bag of popcorn. We know we were raised. You put those things in the hood. You bought the popcorn. You made the actual popcorn maker. You did everything. All those stuff we raised from them. We were molded by the fear. We're great. We're not afraid. Every single body here is at one point had a job and lost it. But you never lost your job. You never had a point and suddenly they just tell you, sir, you're not even fired. You try to get into the building and then get punched in the mouth. And then you try to get it again and then get shot. And then you realize, wait a minute, they try to kill me. Everyone here, we are at peace because we know what's going on, and no matter what happened, we know she got our back. She's our mother. She's in the midst of us. But you don't. See, the spirits that you had providing unto you or guiding you or telling you are mostly lies, those things work for us now. And that's why bring a lot of fear in the midst of those people. For instance, the whole petrodollar, which of course I really don't like to talk about things that are related to the money, like diet, dating, and drugs. Sometimes money. I don't like to discuss those things online because there are so many experts that come after you and try to tell you things. What will happen? When we woke up one day, they say, well, you try to go to the store to buy, let's say, a bottle of water. Please don't send me email talking about bottle of water or dangerous. And then they told you, hey, this bottle of water, this $5 not enough. What? This used to cost like $1 something. I don't have change. You need $20 to buy it. What would happen? They say, well, we no longer accepted, cash. Not like those people going to have some digital currency. They already have this crap. They've been having digital currency since the 70s. Let's do a little research while we are here on this subject. Oops. All right, let's see if we can share this. See if we can share that. I'm not quite sure if you folks can see this. Should be able to see it. Okay. When was the first credit card? Okay. The first modern credit card, the Diners Club card, was introduced in 1950 by Frank McNamara and Ralph Schneider. The idea came about after McNamara forgot his wallet while dining out and his wife bailed him out. The card was originally a small cardboard that could be used at 27 participant restaurant by selecting men. Within 2 years, the card's membership grew up to 42,000 people across the U.S. and become the first credit card that could be used intentionally. Okay, those are. Let me see if I can get a video. Boy. No. The first credit card. Oh no. There's so many garbage online about 1950s. Okay. Well, yes, this one is good. This one is good. Okay.
Do you still honor those discount credit cards for the rooms?
Yeah, well, I'll have to charge you for a double, but with a discount, it'll come out even.
Well, there you go. That's pretty good. We're saving money already. We're a pretty good team. We were on our way to Chicago from New York, and the storm brought us here.
I know all about it. I must have your flight booked in already.
Okay, so that was their credit card. So what they're gonna do now? They're going to come up with a new way to get credit digitally. You know, they got that garbage big coin. Or they're gonna get like another coin, Dodge coin, dog coin, snake coin. What they're gonna do? What other system those people gonna come up with? The New Deal, like Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Is that what that is? A New Deal? We're gonna have a New Deal here, and then we'll give better housing and stuff. There's nothing left for those people to do. But Big Levi, well, what about gold and silver, and like if you want something, you're gonna buy it with gold. Oh, really? Gold and silver. You do know, like, your blood is simply liquid gold. You do know, like, that melanin is literally all mineral material combined into one. This thing has so many secrets on it. This is not just something that protects you from the radiation of the sun. You can literally, from your melanin and plastic imagination, well, especially if you have your own KC, you can make anything. And one of the stuff that you will witness is when everything go down, nobody can find food and you can make food. Not like you're gonna plant food and then watering it and nurturing it as husbandry. No, you will just think of it, it will materialize. And in the studies, we learned that, of course, our body have all the elements in it. And if melanin is a good source and protector of the sun from radiation, not it protects you from radiation, it processes radiation. Therefore, it produces radiation. Your melanin by itself are like multiple billion of trillions of suns. Therefore, you can literally, by your hand or by your own imagination, you can make cold and hot food. You can make anything. It sounds like, whoa, superficial, like fake. Yes, to you, because it's not embedded on you. There's a lot of stuff we can do with this. Now, one thing I want our people to understand, once once the H go down, of course, 83 are stacking up on food, and look at the tornadoes. And the tornadoes have not stopped, beloved. You do know that, okay? They haven't stopped. I just didn't bring them. We'll go to Fox News. When those people can't find food, and you will find food, which is gonna slowly come out of the heaven. We'll call this food. There's a name for it. You will find it. There is a saying. There were some Egyptian in the midst of us that grabbed some of this food. When they get home, tried to eat it. It went bad. It turned into worms. We have to share with them. We have to give them food. They can't just see things falling off and then take it too. It doesn't work like that. That's not how it works. You ain't gonna see our stuff and then put your hands on it and say, "Oh well, it's free. It's God food for everyone." Remember in the book of I'm out of water. Oh no, I got water here. In the book of Joshua. Remember in the book of Joshua, when the king or the pharaoh has the dream. The 7 good cow and the 7 skinny cow, the 7 chaff and the 7 wheat. And they could not explain the dream to Pharaoh. Then he called Joseph. And when Joseph came upon him, he explained unto him, he said, Your Highness, you're going to have 7 years of goodness, 7 years of blessing. The land will produce food that you would never, ever see. It will be such an abundance that you will have food double for that. And the following 7 years, it will be the great famine. It will be so much famine in the land that not only in Egypt, but throughout the adjacent land, that many people will die unless you do something about it. And the king said, well, what shall I do? I don't know anything. You're a Hebrew man, a blessing with you. Just work for me. Remember, those Pharaoh that was talking with Joseph were not the Hamites. They were the Phoenician Shemite, distant cousins of us. They had no issue with us. They didn't enslave us. They didn't do anything with us. Like you and me. We had no issue. After the Pharaoh, the Phoenician Pharaoh got taken down, the Hamites came in. They didn't know what Joseph do. They didn't know anything. And then that's when they become fearful of us and anything. But anyway, when Joseph explained the dream to the king, what happened? Excuse me. The king made a decree. He made Joseph second in command. He said, beside me, this man, whatever that he said goes. And Joseph becomes second in command. And then he gave a decree. He made them build the biggest lake ever. I don't know, somehow, somewhere in some country, you'll find some man-made lake, but right now, 83 freaking dry up. Okay, so he had them build certain lake as a reservoir. Okay, he had them build certain wheat stand as a reservoir. What did the other nation did? They copy what Joseph was doing. The Hamites, they copy the Japhetite, they copy everything, because they were anticipating the same thing. So they fill their silos, their pyramid. Okay, they used to store things in certain pyramids. They fill them with food and stuff. And for 7 years, they stock up. Joseph stock up water and stuff. And then the other 7 years, the great famine and dryness and the drought came in. When the Gentiles that were not under Joseph's blessing and guidance went and opened their silos, or when they opened their reservoir, they find worms, vermins, maggots, raccoons, rats, and everything. The food went bad. The water dried up. It stank to high heaven. Got a bunch of nonsense, and they couldn't use it. But they had to go in the midst of Joseph, because Joseph's his didn't go bad. In fact, it stayed fresh, multiply, and it was the best. So that's why they had to come on to Joseph to buy every day, every month, every single year. And that's why Jacob had to send his son to Egypt to go buy wheat and food, because they didn't have any. So it's pretty much the same thing. You hear those people who's like, oh, well, buy 6 months worth of rice and food. Yeah, go ahead, do that. We don't need to do none of these things. We will have food. They have to come to us to get food. That will be for some of you, that somebody telling you the truth. Some of you will share with them. Some of you will have no issue. But there will be a few Negroes in them. It's like, oh, hell no. You'll eat hish before you eat my hish. It will depend. They will be at our mercy. They will be at our mercy. We will decide which one of them will get the food, how much the food they can get, and whom they can share it with. This is how it's gonna be. It's not like they're gonna have control if things coming out of the sky and then they just grab things. And in some of the books when we research, when Moses and the Israelites were in the desert, so to speak, which was not the desert, it was the wilderness, a place that has trees, animals, and everything in abundance and stuff. It just didn't have habitation for human. When they were in this place and the manna fell, excuse me, Moses make a decree. He told them, "Do not hoard the food. If you have a family of 3, you took for a family of 3, or you just take for you 3, enough for you 3. If you take for 4, your food will go bad." Then, of course, beloved, we do have certain one of us that like, "You, Moses, you ain't gonna tell me ish." And they take more than needed, and the whole thing go bad. If you are one person, you take for one person. If there is 2 of you, you take for 2. For 3, 3. 4, 4. Family of 16, 16. You take 16 and a half, it will go bad. So this thing has rule in it, man. This is not something you will just go ahead and then just there's a gallantry, gallantly walk your way into the. It ain't gonna work like that. So for the people that are worried about food, I don't know why some of you been spending 26 days without food, because remember what the Gentiles said, it's 2 weeks. Once the Greek go down, 2 weeks, and after 2 weeks, the rich gonna come back again and then make everything about gold and silver. So you mean to tell me you can stay 2 weeks, 14 days without no food? Ironically, we have 2 weeks left to complete this 40-day fast. That's the kind of garbage they are telling themselves. And a lot of our people are buying into it because they fear, just like the Gentiles feared. Anything that the so-called Gentiles say, they quickly go ahead and say the same thing. Well, Iran gonna come for us. The chip is just still this day. You still got people talking about that chip. Oh, well, the chip, you're gonna need a chip and stuff. This thing been there since the 1950s. Credit card been there. You've been using digital money forever. Are you going to hell for that? Some of you can't wait to go to that Amish community because, well, they don't use technology. Technology is they're falling. You live in a fear of falling. I don't know what. If something is falling, how could you that are stand up, how could this thing stand up to you? It's already fallen. But they are angel. They are fallen angel. Yeah, whatever you say, son. But nonetheless, beloved, I told my people, do not be afraid, do not be feared. Now let's move to the next part so we can close this. For the steps, of course, because I'm 26 days grueling, the energy when it comes to walking is not as the same as it was. Although I had completed my covenant with, there we go. I have completed my covenant with the 1 million step. However, I personally do certain things. So today I only take 99 steps. I haven't got out of the house yet and go out there and walk. I took 99 steps. Yesterday, I didn't take the 5,000 for the nation, but I did finish it. So I took 7,475 steps yesterday. And today, 99 steps. I should be finished. It's been raining. Oh, the rain stopped. It's bright again. The hell's going on with this weather? So today I took my blood pressure. It was 116/82, pulse 70. Okay. All right. So 116/82, pulse 70. So again, like I'm averaging 116, 119, 117, 113, 109, and things like that. So yeah, I'm doing all right. Later on, I will do my little walk. All right. Oops. Anybody care to share before we leave the nation in peace? And I will see the students tonight for Powernomics. Shalom, beloved sister Kaniti. We do miss you too. Thank you for being in the midst. Yes, sister Renana, 119 over 80, Paul 65, stretching and housework as usual. The Nogaite Israelite as Black Kuganai 1959, 119 over 74, Paul 49. Yesterday's steps was 18,275. Wow, that's a lot of steps. Okay, chosen one indeed. 86 over 72, Paul's 80, 2,224 steps. Ashtari Jones, 128 over 76, Paul 77, Sister Nate and Brother Denise. Brother Nate and Sister Denise, step 11,812 step. Sister Lily, 114 over 74, Paul 76, 3,837 steps. Sister Debbie, 117 over 65, Paul's 55, 7,500 steps this far. Cherokee Tree, 104 over 77. Second Thick, 104 over 75. Sister Roslyn, I haven't checked my blood pressure today, but 3,536 steps so far. That's good. Sister Hebby, I haven't done mine yet, but 5,696 steps so far. That's good. The Noga Heights, she works at a very busy hospital. Indeed, it is busy. Indeed, do the best you can do, beloved sister. Don't do too much now. Don't stress too much, but do your steps and do it in peace. Okay? Can't stay, just wanted to see y'all. Thank you, beloved sister Kaniti. Thank you for being here. Sister Lisa Marie Housey, 124 over 67, Paul 63, 3,000 step. Let me see. I'm a nurse's assistant. Well, that's good. Do the best you can do. Yeah, the hospitals are busy, man. Yep. Anybody else? Oh, okay. It's 2 p.m. All right, then. Oh, boy, I got to... All right. Thank you, Brother Nate. All right. Okay. Thank you, beloved brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles, for being in the midst of us. And some of you are having certain enhancement. The 5 senses are being enhanced. Visual, smell. I'm having a terrible thing with smell. It's good, but I'm very annoyed right now with my sense of smell. Oh God, please make it stop. And this is one of the reasons why I don't go ahead and walk like that anymore. My sense of smell is just through the roof. I can smell everything, and the smells are not pleasant. I have to take a shower like every once in a while because I can smell everything. With somebody pass, not even a little, it seems like I don't smell them. I can smell the aura. I can feel. It felt this magnetic thing hitting me when someone passed next to me. It's my feeling, my senses, my pulse, everything in my body is just. But mostly the smell. I can smell everything. I was in the room last night. I couldn't sleep. I can smell this stuff. I don't know what it was. I'm like, man, this smells so bad. What is this? I asked for information. I say, hey, can you smell this? Like, there's no smelling. It smells great. And it was an old sock that I had under the bed. I can smell everything, and it's become very irritating. I smell. One person was cooking with the cilantro. I can smell this thing. I'm like, God, this thing is strong. My hearing, things I couldn't hear before, and I understand now what Superman was going through, and I can hear this thing constantly. Like this. Oh man, I can't wait to get off this thing. The hearing just. Oh God, I can hear everything. I'm seeing things clearly. It seems like I can zoom in into stuff. It sounds like wow, superpower, but it's freaking annoying, man. Especially the smell. Taste, of course, I can taste metal because I have not get any food, but my mouth is tasteless, yet if my body keep rejecting things. So for instance, the coconut water, it rejected. The electrolyte, it rejected. The baking soda that I use to brush my teeth or calm down the acid in my stomach, it rejected it. And all the stuff are coming out of me, and it's just I'm very sensitive. I've been crying about certain things, like any little things people do to me or for me, it just make me so emotional. I feel like I'm turning into a woman now, man. It's just like this thing is so. I'm like, man, this is getting emotional. That's why I don't want to watch certain things and then stuff because everything is so sensitive. I try to avoid being next to people because I can smell them. I'm sorry, beloved. This sounds wrong, but I don't want to tell this person, hey, what is this? The 17th century? Have you not heard of the invention of the shower? Is that what that is and stuff? But in reality, that's how people do smells. The reason why you have not smelled them like that is just because you haven't the your nasal your it have not been cleaned that long. It's just everything is so. I'm very sensitive, and today we are in June. It's Father's Day. People keep telling me about things about Father's Day. My daughter tell me stuff, and I had to quickly run inside my room because I get so emotional, and everything is so sensitive. I'm like, man, is this how we're supposed to? Is how we're supposed to live, or what the hell am I doing here? What's going on? But it's the freaking smell, man. Oh God, I can smell stuff. Like times on time, I have to keep smelling myself. I'm like, is it me? What is the smell around here? I gotta go ahead and take a shower. I took a shower and come back, sit down. No, it wasn't me. Then what the hell is this? Is it in the room? Is it that Lord forbid my mother cook? I can smell and it seems I can literally smell something and then my mind projected in front of me and I split it. I can see the coriander, the cumin, the salt, it's just wow. Oh man, now I don't blame Superman for complaining about this thing. Ah, but it's really it's hard, beloved. Okay, it's hard. It's freaking hard. At night, lying on my bed, tossing and turning, can't sleep. My mouth, I can smell things. I got a little perfume things that I put just a little in my hand. I'll rub my hand. I don't need to put it in my nose and I can smell it. It somewhat suited me. The spitting, the non-stop spitting, because those things have to get out. I got non-stop spitting, and I, oh God, the hunger pain, it doesn't matter to me. It just doesn't matter to me. I don't feel it for days now, since the third days. It's the smell in my mouth. It's the sensitive stuff and the little things and the constant breakthrough. I don't need to I'm like, okay, hopefully today I don't break through anything. I keep breaking through. Man, I realize one thing, beloved. This thing, you are now acquire a certain power and you need to control it. And pray the Most High God Almighty that He bring everything upon you, so you will know how strong you are. That's how I control it. But this is just to share with the nation certain things, okay, beloved? I'll see you in class tonight. Shalom.